No employer is allowed to discriminate against the disabled. It's the law. But fast food giant Burger King is facing a lawsuit for allegedly doing exactly that. We're about to introduce you to Christopher Pena, who worked at Burger King for 7 years. A model employee, he says. So much so, Pena says he was promoted several times, eventually becoming the district manager over 9 locations in Virginia Beach, even serving as a spokesperson of sorts, quoted in press releases, while opening a number of Burger King restaurants. But Christopher Pena was fired. Why? He says because he told his supervisor he was HIV positive. Pena is now suing Burger King for discrimination under the American Disabilities Act. Christopher Pena joining me now from Virginia Beach, along with his attorney, Victor Viramontes. And Christopher, I want to go ahead and start with you. Full disclosure here, you are refusing to reveal how you contracted HIV. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and could you give me a reason for that?
The reason why Mr. Pena is not
it really has no bearing on my case with Burger King.
Gotcha. Point made. All right, so let's move along here. You were diagnosed with HIV last April. When you told your supervisor that you were HIV positive, what was the reaction? What did your supervisor say to you?
When I told my supervisor about my status, there wasn't much of a reaction. It was mainly just acknowledgement and then moved on in conversation.
Okay, so according to your lawsuit, Burger King told you that you were being fired because of your performance. Did you ever get a poor performance review? Did you ever get any kind of disciplinary action or warning of any type before you came forward and said you were HIV positive?
No, prior to disclosing my HIV status, I had never received any type of disciplinary action.
Okay, so it was after you told your supervisor that all of a sudden issues were being brought forward to you about your performance. What happened?
Well, that's correct. After I had informed my supervisor, basically the main issues centered around I had a manager who had misplaced or taken money from one of the restaurants who I had dismissed under the guidance of Human Resources. And that was in large part the basis of why I was terminated.
We did reach out to Burger King. They wouldn't give us anyone to come on camera, but they did issue this statement. And Victor, maybe I'll get you to respond to this. It says the company thoroughly investigated Mr. Pena's allegations and determined that he was terminated for appropriate business reasons. The company is confident that as the facts are presented, these allegations of discrimination are unfounded, and BKC's actions involving Mr. Pena will be fully supported by non-discriminatory business reasons. BKC has a strong non-discrimination policy, and BKC prohibits and will not tolerate any such discrimination or retaliation against employees. Victor, as you've pursued this case, what exactly are these business reasons that Mr. Pena was terminated for?
Well, in any kind of employment discrimination case, a large sophisticated company like Burger King Corporation has kind of come out with some sort of explanation. In this case, they say that an employee with 7 years of work history with them, who's been promoted multiple times, who they've given their corporate stamp of approval, all of a sudden became a deficient employee that they absolutely had to terminate. I think they're going to have trouble selling that story in a court of law, and I don't think that story is going to fly. That's what makes this a good civil rights case.
And Christopher, why did you feel the need to tell your supervisor about your situation, your condition?
Well, when I told my supervisor, it was just prior to my beginning treatment, and at the time I didn't know what kind of side effects. I'd heard several things, but I didn't know what the side effects I would experience. So I really just wanted to make it aware just in case, side effects arose from my treatment.
And how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling good. I feel great.
With regard,
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. And with regard to the lawsuit, why sue? Why speak out? What do you hope to accomplish here?
Well, for starters, I really hope that my speaking out will, stop this from happening to any other people You know, discrimination is not right on any level. You know, and it took a lot for me to come out and share my story. And, you know, that's why, you know, so that this does not happen to other people.
And Victor, final question for you. You did file a charge of discrimination to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, but it decided not to sue Burger King directly. So why did you decide to continue to go forward and sue?
This is a very strong case for many of the reasons I articulated. And the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission gets a large number of charges. The vast majority of them, they issue right to sue letters, giving individuals like Mr. Peña the option to go into federal court if they choose to do so. In this case, because of the strong nature of the case, we chose to sue. In addition, not only is this an employment discrimination case, but Burger King not only took away Mr. Peña's livelihood, they took away his health care. And an HIV situation, that is extremely problematic and creates even more liability for the company.
Victor Villamontes and Christopher Peña, we will definitely follow this case. Please keep us updated. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Maldef filed a similar lawsuit in March, by the way, against a Los Angeles restaurant where the worker claims that he was fired because he has AIDS.